Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
Here we go. It is Thursday at the KVJ After the Show Podcast.
Oh, yeah, it's back.
That's it, baby. Yeah.
We're down a guy.
Yes, we are. We're not talking about Denny's either.
No.
Yeah. Talking about Virginia. Got some answers, though, today to her pink eye.
Yeah, I was just texting with her. I asked her if she needed any food or any kind of snacks. She's still sticking with her quick weight loss diet.
Mm-hmm.
And she says she just feels really, really gross.
Yeah.
And she just doesn't. She's like depressed now, I think, because.
Oh my goodness.
Well, because it's it's nice out. She wants to go out
Sure.
and be what Vicious V is, a free bird out there.
That's right. So she's having to hang inside. Yeah, I hear that. Sometimes light is agitating when you got the pink eye. Ain't nobody got time for that. Somebody sent an email. Mark said Virginia needs to see an optometrist. If the meds they gave her don't work, she needs to see an optometrist. Dr. Durant in Jensen Beach has an inexpensive exam cost. He'll tell you exactly what it is. He is the greatest around for like 30 years. Plug.
I mean, everyone knows Dr. What's his name? Dr. Johns? What was his name? The doctor?
Durant.
Oh, Durant. Okay.
Yes. Dr. Durant. Somebody else had said that, though, in a text today, though, that it's better to go to an optometrist than a regular doctor because they will have a better diagnosis and likely better treatable drugs.
Don't they, if you went to your primary care, wouldn't they probably refer you to an eye doctor?
You'd think, but I would say not always, and it sounds like they just gave her the medicine, said, take this, you'll be fine. And she's done it for 2 days now, and she's not feeling any better. So that's why some are saying it should be a 2 to 3 day thing if you've got the right medicine, but maybe you don't.
So she should be able to make it to Kids Fest or Kids World. What's the name of this thing?
It's too long.
Children of the World, all right.
Yeah. It's Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital, Our Kids World Family Fun Fest with Coca-Cola, Pringles, and Smucker's Jelly.
2018.
Yes. That's the official running title.
Okay.
Love it. That's what they put on the T-shirt. So it's an interesting theory here. Somebody says that Virginia got her pink eye because her and Panda finally did the 69.
Oh, very interesting. I did not know you could get pink eye from 69ing. That's a new one. Oh, the butthole.
Panda's dirty asshole has given her pink eye. Is
the
what they're saying. I
butthole.
believe.
Yeah, I think that is what they're saying.
That's exactly what they're saying.
That's
no debating that.
How come you didn't read that one on the regular show?
Has a certain panache, suitable just for this broadcast right here. Still some more comments about the birthdays. Biker Steve said, hey, I just want to let you know, I think you should keep them. It means so much to the little ones. Corey said, I timed the birthday segment today, and it came out to be less than 90 seconds. People need to stop bitching about kids having their birthdays played on the radio. Fuck them, KVJ. It's worked for this long. Keep on keeping on.
Love it.
And Jaybird, go fuck yourself.
Absolutely.
Brandon said, I want to do a shout-out read to my girlfriend on the ATS. Happy birthday, Sarah. The last 6 years have been amazing, and I can't wait to spend the many years ahead of us with you. Hope you have an amazing day, and I can't wait to get off work and pamper you. Love, Brandon.
Okay, but watch that 69 in. It will lead to pink eye.
That's right. Be careful. If you're going to 69, please, please take some extra time to clean out your dirty butthole first.
I never knew.
Just get a solid baby wipe before you go in and be like, excuse me, honey, before we 69, could I, and work it into the foreplay. Might I take this baby wipe and schwab out your bungless?
It's that easy.
It's that easy.
Just communicate a little bit.
Might I schwab down your bung?
I never knew 69 and it was just so dangerous.
It is. If you're gonna do it, not use baby wipes to wipe down ahead of time, wear goggles.
You know what's funny? Ever since I asked if married couples 69, at some of our events, I'll have random people come up. Hey, just want to let you know, yeah, me and my wife, we totally 69. I'm like, all right, cool.
Okay,
That's great.
Cool. Appreciate that. It's good to know.
People are letting me know.
Maybe you should do a poll now. Just start taking it. Yeah. Got this from Chris Z. He said, so I'm listening to the show from today, and producer Denny's is talking about the Lou Pearlman thing, and I can't help but notice, is his voice different? It seems lower than normal. Is he sick? My real theory is actually his voice is finally healing and getting back to its normal state now that he stopped vaping. I think it's possible, or is this just the first time he's talked on the radio and has not been high?
This is the first time he has spent a lot of time on Virginia's microphone, and the processing is way different than the microphone he usually uses.
Yeah, it might be, because I have to jack that microphone for whomever is on it.
You're completely right. That is a tough
all the way.
microphone.
Yeah. Yeah, it's real quiet. Even when I've got the other show going and Ricky Bobby on that, I got to ping it.
You keep me pretty low, though. Am I the loudest out of everybody?
It goes me. No, I'm the lowest. Then it goes you, and then Virginia's microphone is pegged.
Well, I'm saying what I meant was, am I the loudest out of everybody here? Probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
You think?
So that means you're.
I'm working on that. I scream
Well,
a lot.
mainly it's just you're a wildly fluctuating. You'll go real quiet or off mic, and you got to peg up, and then you'll come back on super loud, and so it's
Yeah, I know. There's a thing I do, and I don't know if it's because I'm Italian or if it's because I was raised with so many people in the house, but I'll just I'll be sitting in the house and I'll be telling a story, and so the guy was I'm screaming, and I don't even realize I'm doing it. I talk really, really loud. I don't know why I do that. I'm trying to work on that. Any suggestions on how I can work on that?
I don't know. I got my own little tick now, so I have no clue.
What's your tick? That you can get out of.
No, but I tell myself not to do it. And so it's like, that's why I'm telling you. Like, you tell yourself, hey, be aware of it. I think all you can do is just try to be mindful of it.
Yeah,
you know?
I think I haven't been mindful of it. But if I get really excited and I'm not,
I get it. Yeah.
I'm not thinking. I'm like, you're not gonna believe this shit. I'm like, all right, I'm
I deal with it. You know, I got a volume control. I go high, I go low. You know, we can fix that. You know?
That's one thing. We're at work, but when I'm at the house,
we're all going to be littered with ticks. You know, it's just kind of the way. All right, I think it's easier to accept the little eccentricities that you have than to sit there and try to cross them all off your list and realize that maybe there's a reason why we have them, because it makes us all unique and special.
Yeah.
So you be you. That's my point. I'll worry about your damn volume.
Okay.
You be you.
I only ask because I've had some issues with it in my personal life.
I get it, yeah. I can understand that. Got this from Danielle. Said, my niece is 11 years old. She lives in Alabama, and she enters a talent show every year, and she presents jokes. She's won 2 years in a row, and this year she has competition. She said another group of little girls has entered the show as well to read jokes. And I asked her if they were all friends and it was all cute. And she said, no, more like enemies. So we got like a little mean girl drama going on here.
There's a joke off. I love this.
Joke off, yeah, little girls, yeah. So I was telling her I'd help her try to find some jokes so she can whoop these little mean girls' asses in the talent show. So I was wondering if Denny's might want to share any of the jokes that he has. Maybe I could pass along to her. Yeah, we've said that, and if we really got our shit together here, a good thing we should do is probably even just start tweeting them out randomly. We definitely should come up with like a Denny's joke book, and not even it would have to be a printed form, but just kind of putting them all in one place. But
somewhere online
I think
or
at least tweeting them out.
Yeah.
Producer Denny's joke of the day, even when it's not joke jury days. There's so many great things we could do, and maybe we can start doing that.
And it depends on what the daughter wants to do. Does the daughter want to copy someone else's jokes, or does she want to stay true and come up with original stuff? Because you don't want to be called a hack either.
But, I mean, if you're stealing it from, a radio show in South Florida and you live in Alabama, they're really going to know.
It's really up to you. You know when you go to bed at night, if you're hacking some shit.
I don't know what the ground rules are. Is this supposed to be original comedy, or is it just bringing in the best jokes?
I think it's a personal thing. It comes down to, your own pride of your own comedy.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
They used to have, I think it was Robin Williams and Dennis Leary. They were always known for hanging around clubs, listen to other people's jokes, and all of a sudden,
voila,
other people's material would be on stage.
How about that? Yeah, that's taking the mouth out of some. That's that.
Robin Williams was very known in the comedy community to steal comedy bits.
Really? Because he seems so unique.
Well, he was naturally talented. He was entertaining.
Yeah, right.
And he could go in front of a crowd, entertain people.
Yeah.
But when now you're selling out shows constantly and you got this name, you have to keep the comedy fresh, I'd imagine. And you have to write some jokes. And they said,
I get it.
He was a funny guy. He was a funny dude. But when it came down to delivering jokes and writing them, it was a bit of a struggle.
Yeah. Okay. Fascinating.
Louis C.K. and the whole. Do you remember the song "I'm an Asshole" by Dennis Leary?
Dennis Leary, yeah.
Louis C.K. claims that Dennis Leary stole that from him.
No way, really?
They were at a club, and Louis C.K. was doing the bit about the whole asshole. What if you're an asshole here, and I'd be an asshole if I parked at a handicap spot? And he got off stage, and Dennis Leary said, "Hey, that was really funny. That was great stuff. That was awesome. It's great. What you could be an asshole if you did this." You see, he was almost kind of riffing on what he was doing on stage, and he said like a week or two that song. He was up there doing all these asshole jokes and did the song and all that.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I think taking the exact jokes is, I mean, the concept of the song is different. I mean, that's a spin on an idea.
I always thought that. I thought if he took the idea of making a song into it, I think that's Dennis Leary's idea.
I agree.
But if he was up there verbatim saying what Louis C.K. said, I'd say you're a joke stealer.
Yeah, if he takes the concept and be like, oh, okay, let's kind of celebrate the asshole moments, and it's a guy that's saying, yeah, I'm an asshole, and he's like claiming it, and then I'm going to just add on to that, that's Dennis Leary's. If he's taking every situation that Louis C.K. did, then it's a collaboration at best.
Totally. Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a great point.
Yeah, we should, Suits, have them, we need to start tweeting out Denny's jokes. Why don't we go through some of them, and we'll do a hashtag. What should we do? It's usually
joke jury. Denny's joke jury.
Hashtag joke jury. Probably best. Is that good? Denny's joke jury is too damn long, right?
It is too long, but my only fear is that.
I know. Anybody else doing a joke jury, though? I mean, that is our original idea, concept. Anyone else doing a damn joke jury anywhere?
Yeah, that's a joke jury. That's cool.
Yeah, probably. How about we do it Joe DiMaggio's Children's Hospital, producer Denny's joke jury, brought to you by
his weed company that he's, or the weed doctor he's endorsing.
Let's do a 800 character hashtag. No one's doing it. Okay, no, just do joke jury. But yeah, maybe a joke a day. We'll start going through and getting some classics. I do like that. That is some great content that we need to mine out. So I completely agree with that.
Might even be kind of cool for him to actually deliver one of them on a video.
I agree. That's another good thing. Absolutely. Gosh, there's so much stuff. That's it. That's the exciting thing about today. We were just, our team, everybody here is just so strapped. I mean, we're trying to do all these cool things. That's why I wish we could add like 2 more people to just.
I know.
Is because I always say that, when I talk to people in the company to help us, and I always talk to them and they ignore me. And I'm always like, what it is it's like we got just a big pile of great clothes, but we need someone to hang them up and put them in the closet. And that's really what it is. Like you've got all this content that, you're creating, and you're just so worried about creating the new content that a lot of times you leave the damn clothes on the floor.
2 more people would be perfect that love to work, that really get our show and that are passionate about that. But the only problem is because you're going to get emails of people saying, I'll do it. Legally, we can't have anybody help for free. They'll get us for that. Yeah.
Stuff, yeah. That would be the challenge.
But 2 people would be really, really nice.
Yeah.
2 more.
Yeah. Just eyes, like that too, to be like, hey, we need to tweet those out like every day. That'd be a great idea. Be like, yeah, cool. Do it. Go grab and do it. Yeah.
There's so much shit.
There's just so much that we can and should be doing. Yeah.
Good news. I don't think joke jury is even a hashtag, so I think we're good.
Okay. Yeah. I was going to say, I mean, that's, I don't know if anybody else in the country is doing it, but that's one we came up with here. So. Let me see. She said, I want to share any of his jokes I could pass along to her. She said, one she gave me may be a little borderline inappropriate for her age group, but I wanted to share since it's a funny one.
Oh,
okay, what do you think? This is a little girl on stage in Alabama. Is this joke going to fly? Keep in mind, this is Alabama, too, not South Florida. Different little set of guidelines. Are a little bit more strict in Alabama, Bible Belt,
Okay, that's considered Bible Belt, Alabama.
Yeah, it's funny because I'm on because I do. There's an idea sharing board that we have with a whole bunch of radio people to let you know a little behind the scenes on that. And so there's a guy on there from Alabama, and we'll put stuff up all the time, stuff that we just do regular. And people are like going, oh, dang, Kev, that's hysterical. I wish we could do that. There's no way we'd ever get away with that.
Oh,
I get
dang.
so many comments of stuff that we do, and people are like going, oh, I love that. There's no way. I'm like, well, really? You guys couldn't even do that? And it's a lot of it's the Bible Belt kind of people like going, dang, that's a great idea.
That's funny.
Yeah. They just, they're like, no, I can't do it. She said, here's the joke. A man walks into a hot dog shop with his pet snake and asks for a hot dog bun for his snake. The lady replies, we're out of buns. And the guy says, well, my anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hun. She said, I may have messed it up a bit, but you get the point.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't go with that joke on stage, though.
Only because...
We'll get you some.
Yeah, we'll get you some. And do kids like at 9 know Baby Got Back?
I think they do. I think it's one of those songs that, has cut across. I think it transcends.
Yeah, you do hear Baby Got Back a lot.
Yeah.
And it does still hold up. I think kids will laugh at the, Becky, look at her butt. Oh, they said butt.
Right.
Yeah, all right.
John in Georgia sent in this email. He said, don't you think it's about time to replace Denny's as a producer and get him to just be a regular on the show? What does the nation need to do in order to make this happen?
Well, here's a couple things about Denny's. Denny's likes to be behind the scenes. In fact, when I first met Denny's, that's he's like, I'm a behind the scenes kind of man.
Yeah.
And he will do stuff.
Well, how's that working out?
Yeah, I mean, I've made him do videos, and he doesn't love it. He doesn't love. I think he enjoys it, but I think he really thoroughly enjoys the behind the scenes stuff more. And he's a fantastic producer. That's what he does.
Right.
He's great. I mean, to me, he's the best addition to our show ever.
And he probably gets enough of it, probably even more than he wants with the showcasing. I mean, my gosh, how many features do we have around this guy now?
Well, yeah, but he is on for Denny's. He's actually on quite a bit, and then we do a lot of videos together. So he's pretty up front.
Yeah,
and I agree with you. I would love Denny's on the microphone all the time. We talked about it today for what's on your mind. He just told me, he goes, hey, look, man, I don't think I can do what's on your mind anymore when Virginia's not here because I fall way behind on work, and then everything else is fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, dude, I get it.
Yeah. So there you go. I got this segment request from Jennifer. She said, I found out yesterday my friend is also in KVJ Nation. We are talking about some of our favorite segments, and I had discussed last month when Jaybird was the tipsy barber. We discussed after the show podcast, and I asked her about the running joke of "Go fuck yourself, Jason." She seemed surprised that I didn't know, but I don't. I've been with you since you started in Miami, but every now and then you'll throw out a phrase or a reference that I don't get. When I asked her to explain the running joke, she said that if you don't know, you should ask. So I'm asking, what is the meaning behind the running joke? Honestly, it's one of those things now. I did come up in conversation. I'm not even sure I know.
I think I was saying something, and I think, and they'll correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I was ranting on and going on and rambling, and I could tell I was losing you in Virginia, and I was just like, oh, Jason, go fuck yourself.
That's right, you did.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah, I think you just offhandedly said that. We're like, yes, go fuck yourself. And then it just kind of took off. And then anytime anything came up, it's like, just go fuck yourself.
Or I was talking about something, and you guys, it was going over your head, and I go, well, I'll just go fuck myself. It was something along those lines.
Yeah, and then it just kind of was one of those things that just, took. So, yeah, that's the weird thing. It's like, sometimes things just take a life of their own, and you're like, I don't know. How did we start that?
The go fuck yourself, it died down for a while, and then one email started all back.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
I love it. I think it's great.
She said, I'm the one who emailed the next day and said, Kev, go fuck yourself, because I thought it was for everybody. I didn't realize there was a joke behind it. Like, no one got it. It's like all of a sudden you put my name in. It's like, yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, now it's offensive. Now you're just telling Kevin.
Oh, yeah, well, fuck you.
Exactly.
I love y'all. Never mean to be disrespectful or mean to any of you. So, one, can you explain what the joke is, and would you consider having a segment maybe once a week where you go into a reference and explain what it means for your new listeners? Yeah, we always do that. If you ever have questions, sometimes we do it at the end of the month or things like that. But sometimes it was so peppered out that if you ever have questions, let us know, and we'll always happy to explain stuff. In fact, we may have to ask you, because sometimes we forget. We're like, why do we do that?
What's your opinion? I can't remember if you like update shows or if you think they're stupid. For like example, I'm talking about on the regular KVJ show, leaving it up for the people to ask any kind of updates on stuff. Do you like that?
I liked them. I think if I remember right, the only thing was sometimes it's kind of weird. That's one thing that's completely dependent upon what kind of questions you get. And I think we had done it a couple times where we got like 2 or 3 that were kind of mildly. And I remember it being like, okay, not a lot of people.
I need an update. What was that one thing Kevin was eating 2 months ago? It was like kind of lame.
It wasn't even. Yeah, so like we didn't get many, and it was like the ones were just kind of like, there's not a lot of teeth to this. But I mean, when you have a lot of really good updates that reestablishes stuff for people that don't know, like this, here on the ATS, then that's great. So I think more than anything, I'll throw it out there, and be like, hey, on it, when it comes up, if you ever have any questions, get it to us. And that's kind of the same way where, like, if you want any updates and anybody we've talked to on the show, we'll try to get it back on.
Because we haven't done one of those in a long time.
I know we haven't.
Because there is shit people probably are like, oh, what the fuck happened to this? And
I think that's the only reason why I don't do it in that package anymore, is just because there were a couple times, and I tried it one time. I was like, maybe it's just that one time. And I tried it again. It was it wasn't, I was hoping like, there'd be like, if there are 5 solid ones, then it's a good segment. If there's like 2 or 3,
the one bit great. I love that we do, but it totally depends on if people ask the right question. Just don't ask us anything. I love that bit. I think it's such a great bit.
Yeah.
But the questions have to be there.
Right. Yeah. We still do a few of those every now and then. We say, we'll take a chance. If the bit sucks, but. Yeah, we do less and less of those just for that reason. You just sometimes never know. It's all based on what you get. It's freaking rolling the dice,
I do love that bit though.
Yeah, it's a good bit. Yeah. And the only other problem with that is sometimes you get the exact same questions. Like somebody knows it's a weakness, so it's tough.
It is. A lot of people still though. You think everyone hears everything we do, and a lot of times they don't.
Oh,
man.
Absolutely not. No, I hear you. Yeah. So anyway, if you ever have any questions about anything you don't get, she said like, how did Virginia's husband get the nickname Panda? Well, his name's Kevin in real life, and so to stay away from confusion, because telling a story, you'd be going, I mean, my husband, Kevin. And,
but do you remember why we called him Panda?
I think it was because one that had a pet name that they had for each other.
Remember that he would send her selfies when he would just wake up. And he'd be like all sleepy looking, and we got a hold of the selfies. We're like, what the shit's going on, Virginia? That's when they were in there. I mean, the apex of love. That honeymoon.
Yeah.
So we were obviously making fun of all that, and then she goes, "Oh, that's this is my sleepy panda face. That's my sleepy panda." That's how he became. We're like, what?
My sleepy panda face.
And then we did the panda song because the love was just so cheesy. I mean, in a great way.
Right.
I don't mean any disrespect by that. It was so love. And I love the way you fuck.
Sleepy panda face.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I don't remember anything anymore.
I hear you, man.
Or I don't think I ever did.
By the way, I could be wrong
worse.
on both of those accounts.
No, it sounds right. I love that. So you go. She said, I have a 6-hour trip this afternoon, so I really hope you see this and I hear it on the podcast. That's cool. You guys keep me happy while I'm traveling for work, and I would never say go fuck yourself, Jason, because I'm one of your biggest fans.
It's actually kind of a thing of respect, man.
It is. Respect and endearment, oddly enough. But only with Jason.
I love it. Yeah.
Can't walk up to Kevin and go, Kevin, go fuck yourself. Definitely not Virginia.
Walk up to Virginia after she had a few drinks at Blue Martini. Hey, Virginia, go fuck yourself. What?
What? Heather said, hey, love you guys. Just wondering if you ever saw the trailer for Smallfoot. It looks like it's about a colony of Yetis, and one of them wants to know if humans, a.k.a. Smallfoots, really do exist. It's a kid's animated movie, but it looks really cute and funny, and it has your boy Channing Tatum starring as the main Yeti.
Yes, I've not seen it. Okay, I know what you're talking about, though.
Okay. Another little programming note here from Jessie. She said, if you're looking for a great podcast, I'd highly recommend Dax Shepard's Armchair Expert. He interviews various famous people. Most are his friends so far, and he interviews and chats with them. He talks to his wife, Kristen Bell, on the first episode, and it's fantastic. I love those two together. They are great. I really admire how she views the world and her place in it. So far, he's also hosted Ashton Kutcher, Pete Wentz, Jimmy Kimmel, Zach Braff, Ellen DeGeneres, Katie Couric, Anna Faris, etc. Oh, it sounds great. She said, my husband and I also started watching Flint on Netflix. It's so interesting, and we're hooked. And another Netflix one said, it's been out a minute, but I just got around to watching Chappelle's Netflix stand-up special, Equanimity. At a few points in the show, he perfectly expressed how I felt about voting in this past presidential election and the current state of our country. I consider myself a moderate. I'm left some, I'm right some, but I mostly hug the middle. As I get older, I realize that not many things are black and white, and in fact, most things are gray. I've always liked Chappelle because he has an uncanny ability to make me laugh while also challenging me to think. It's no Chappelle show, obviously, but I figured I'd give my endorsement as you consider what to watch next on Netflix. Yeah, I saw that. It's pretty good. That is some good stuff, and I like that approach.
Boy, I tell you, I got caught up in the Golden State Killer documentary, man.
Explain this to me, because I saw the story. It's in Sacramento. It's about 72-year-old Joseph James D'Angelo, and I saw that they arrested this guy, and he's a former cop?
Yeah, you really got to watch. If anyone's interested in this kind of stuff, it's on the Investigation or the Investigate, whatever network that is. When you turn it on, Investigate. That's what it says. Mm-hmm. So the Investigation Network, whatever, they have a 4-part series about all this, and the whole time they're talking in the series about how they are so close to getting this guy. And this guy was a serial rapist in the mid to late 70s.
Yeah.
His MO was horrifying. He wore a ski mask, would tie the victims up, would tie the husbands up, and then he graduated to murder. And then in 1986 went silent, and he was kind of a taunter.
Wow.
He even called his first rape victim and was going like this to her, "I'll kill you."
He got off on probably inciting fear into people.
He did. So the thing they said about him,
messed up, man.
What was not normal, he would hang around the crime scene for 2 to 3 hours, torturing, just mentally tormenting people. And they say a lot of times with those attacks, they're not. They don't spend 3 hours there.
Wow.
For the most part.
So this guy was brazen. It was probably just like he got a rush off of, it was like an adrenaline rush for him.
Yes, and they were showing a clip from the 70s where they're having a town hall, and this woman's talking about, listen, this is what you do if this guy does this, and blah, blah, blah. And this one guy stands up and says, I just can't believe that one guy can take over more than one person and torture them. And kind of like, hey, how are people?
How is this happening?
Because he was doing it to families too. Some of the victims, he would tie up 3 to 4 people.
And you're like, how do you get, what weapons does he have? Does he walk in with a gun and it's like, do this or I'm going to start shooting people?
The guy that said that in the meeting, him and his wife they fell victim, and they said it was one of the worst rapings out of all of them, and they really believe that he was at that meeting.
Holy crap.
Listening to what was going on and followed them home to know where they lived. They say there's really no other way how that could have happened.
Gosh.
Yeah, he was that meticulous, and he was raping at least 3 times a month in the same area. It was he had them in a death line. They couldn't move. They were gripped in fear.
These one of them happened in 1978. So this is a guy, 40 years ago that was doing this stuff, and it sounds like it kind of stopped in the early 80s, like 86. Okay.
But here's the thing about that. I wonder, a guy who does all that stuff for so long, there's no way he stopped in 86. All of a sudden, he just stopped. No, he had to have left and did something else.
I wonder if it's maybe because, there is something about the testosterone and things like that. Is there something that after a while he mellowed because testosterone dropped in his body and he's just a little bit more chill?
No fucking way.
Really?
In my opinion.
Do a lot of these serial killers, as they get older, they still do it?
Absolutely.
Really? It's not like a young man's game?
It is not a young man's game.
Yeah, I'd stay away from this stuff normally.
Not to say that, with some serial killers, do they slow down when they get older and not do it? Yeah. Well, there could be many reasons why they don't. Fear of getting caught. They change location.
Do you think this guy's... I guess we'll never know, but
you
unless
might
he
know.
Talks about it, unless he,
this guy's going to, I guarantee you this guy's going to talk.
Hey, it took all this time. He's 72 now.
Yes.
So, would he say, okay, honestly, here's the last one. Who knows? Maybe it was a year ago or a month ago.
That's what Bundy did. But, they're going to give Ted Bundy the electric chair. And he always fucked with the cops. He got off on fucking mind games.
Yeah.
Bundy did. And he knew his time was running out. And he's going to get executed. And there was nothing he was trying to get clemency. Couldn't get it. So as a last-ditch effort, he Hail Marys and says, look, I'm going to tell you where all the other bodies are at. I've got so many more people that I murdered that you guys don't even know about. I can lead you to them.
Right.
And they were just like, you know what? Fuck you. We're done. We're going to kill you.
Really?
Yeah, because he fucked with them for so long.
They had enough of his games, and they maybe didn't even believe him, huh?
He was trying to live. A guy who put so much fear into people was a pussy.
Gosh.
Yeah, but it was fascinating. Don't do what I did. I watched it before I went to bed. Did not sleep that restful. Did not have a peaceful, easy feeling last night.
You did not get
that. Oh,
that.
Kev, I was so gripped by this documentary.
Yeah.
Oh, it was good.
Oh, that's amazing stuff.
But
it looks fascinating.
So they do this documentary, and the whole time they're like, we're closing in on this guy. We're closing in. They arrested him yesterday.
Wow. Yeah, and the interesting little side note on is Patton Oswalt, his wife, had written a book right before she died. She passed away, and apparently it kind of kept the story alive so that, I think sometimes there's so many cold cases, when something's in the news, law enforcement is probably somebody saying, I'm going to look into that. And they did, and they were able to, through DNA, I guess, find this guy, arrest him, and he had said, it's great, but it's bittersweet, I'm sure, obviously.
You hate the fact that he got away with it for so long.
Well, and probably he would have loved for his wife to be able to see that, in her lifetime that this is what your book did.
But I mean, I get how the families of the victims are like, man, why did it take so long? I mean, I know you're glad that he's gone or you caught him.
Right, but still.
Yeah, it was a horrifying way. He would find places that were unlocked, and then he would get to the foot of the bed and wake you up by flashing a flashlight in your eyes, so you couldn't really see what was going on.
Okay,
then you would see he had a ski mask on.
God,
had a gun to control the situation.
Wow, that's crazy stuff. If you do like all that stuff like Jaybird does, there's Felonious Florida, I think is the name of it. I sent you guys the thing. The Sun Sentinel had put together this whole thing that they had done. Where it's a podcast, but it deals with all these real cases from the state. So, Florida. So if you want to check out that, that's
I mean, we talked a little bit yesterday on the Weird and Whatever podcast. I always kind of feel weird bringing up their names on the air, but how are people going to really know what I'm talking about if I don't? You know what I mean?
I get you. Yeah, that it's that all those things people were very fascinated by, because I think you just like it blows your mind, just like what is going on with human that can do this kind of stuff.
One of the parts was just out of a real life horror story. The woman escapes, and as she's running out to the front yard, she's screaming and she trips and falls, and he comes out and grabs her and brings her back in the house, and you're just like, what the shit?
Right.
That's like a scary movie.
It's crazy.
Yeah, highly recommend it. Although I kind of told you everything, so you can tell I didn't sleep much last night, and I had just watched it. I'm real. And this happened, Kev. And then this happened.
That's too funny. All right, got anything that you want here? Any comments on the show? You can always send us that email, mail@kvjshow.com. If you're not easily offended and want to play my fun game, Kanye, Trump, or Manson, I'll send you that so you can play along at your next party. Good times.
I wasn't saying don't do that bit on the air. I was just saying be prepared for a shitstorm.
Oh, I know. Maybe one of these days we'll play, but it's honestly, the game is impossible. I'll let you know that.
Okay.
It's impossible. I'll test you here in a second. I'll give your score. There's 11 possible, but you won't know. Between Kanye West, Donald Trump, and Charles Manson, you'd be like, you just throw your hands up. I have no idea who's who. Tonight, going to be doing an NFL draft party at Brother Jimmy's. Going to be at City Place out there. It starts at 7:30. We've got $5 Bud Light, and Ultra and Stella's for you, along with $6 select appetizers, 75-cent chicken wings, and tickets for Sunfest, Kevin Hart, Rapids, and VIP to Boomers. So you're going to be going out tonight for a meal. Stop on by. We'll watch a little bit of the draft and see who the Dolphins take with the 11th pick. Y'all have a good day. We'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.